I think I'd try this as my intro post.
Hey everybody.
Hi there. My name is Dylan.
And I'm Zach.
And you are watching Talking UpStream. We are Some Nobodies, which is a podcasting media group based out of Boulder County, Colorado. You can see our website up there. Now, Talking UpStream, what we like to do here, we generally start each show with either a script reading from a previous episode's project or an interview. Mm-hmm. We have an interview for you in just a second. And then once that opening segment is done, Zach and I will bring an idea to this whiteboard. Each one is underdeveloped, not really thought about. In general, just kind of a free-floating concept. Over the next span of time, roughly 90 to 60 minutes, we will develop that idea from a free-floating concept into something we can pitch, develop, or produce ourselves.
Yeah, it's true. But before we get into any of that, we want to say a quick thank you to IBM TV. They have given us a lot of time and space to just ramble on and talk and make up stupid stories, and we appreciate it. So Dylan and I would like to say a quick thank you to IBM.TV. Mm-hmm. And then before we get to our interview today, how are you?
I'm fine.
I'm fine?
I am mourning the loss of Quibi.
I know, I saw that.
But it's our chance to swoop in. Yeah. All we need to do is get like $1.25 billion and we can revive it.
Okay, if anybody has $1.25 billion, we will revive Quibi and put our own original content on there.
There's a future for short-form content specifically for your cell phone. I'm sure of it.
Yeah, that's
true. Just because it failed once doesn't mean it will fail again.
And just because we do 90-minute shows normally doesn't mean we can't do short form.
Should we get on to the interview?
We better do this. All right, so today's interview is with a podcast slash, I guess, radio show called The Anything Show with Jon Francois. Legit. And he's a good friend of us and a good friend of the show. So we want to bring on Mr. Jon Francois with The Anything Show.
Hey, how you doing? How you guys doing?
Hey, doing great. Thank you. How are you, John?
I'm doing all right. I mean, the only thing that I knew about Quibi was that there was like a 5 or 10 minute show starring Chrissy Teigen, and she was trying to be like a Judge Judy person. Other than that, I had no idea about Quibi. It just kind of came and went very quickly.
Yeah, we pitched like one episode of something to Quibi, then yesterday or not a couple of days ago, we found out that they are gone. They're done. So we got to figure out what next to do.
Yeah.
But our show is Talking UpStream, so any streaming service really, as long as we talk our way up to a job, is what we're looking for. But we'll go ahead and get on to the interview. Actually, first, it's snowing in Colorado today. It's a pretty bad snowstorm, which is good because the fires are still going on, so we're okay with it. But you're in Vermont, correct?
Yeah. So first of all, I'd like to just say how odd Colorado is, because it seems like one day you guys could have like dry, warm weather, and then the next day it's just snowing. Right? I don't understand that, but hey, that's the West Coast for you. Right now in Vermont, it's like 30 degrees. It feels like 50 for some reason. Maybe it's because I've been here for 2 years and have gotten used to just 2-degree weather and having a thick skin for it. But I mean, normally around this time of year we would already have snowstorms, low temperatures, but so far it's been oddly warm, on average like 50s, 60s. So cross fingers. Well, actually, we're supposed to get snow tomorrow. Never mind. So I'm going to uncross my fingers.
No more crossing fingers. That's cool. Yeah. One of the reasons that I moved to Colorado is because I heard that it actually has the most sunshine per every day, more days than other states.
I was promised 300 days of sun a year.
300 days of sun, yeah. But the thing I found out about Colorado is that it snows a lot more often than people think, but it's also sunny. So it goes away quickly. So it gets up to like 60 degrees this week. So the snow is going to be gone in a couple of days. So that's not that big of a deal.
Man.
But yeah, Vermont, that seems like it's always cold.
Yeah.
It can be.
I had a girlfriend who lived in Vermont for a while, and she was not a huge fan of the long and hard winters.
Oh, my God. Was she black by any chance?
What's that?
Was she black by any chance? Because I think I read somewhere, and it's probably an unreliable source, that black people tend to like warmer climates a lot better.
Her family's from Cape Verde, so kind of.
The Green Cape.
Yeah.
Oh, weird.
South Africa.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
Yeah, Cape
okay.
Verdean.
Oh, well. All right, well, let's get on to the interview that we don't ramble and keep talking your ear off for no reason.
No, you're good.
The Anything Show. Quickly talk about your show. What's it about?
Sure. So it's a crazy, quirky pop culture hour that I do with my friend Mary. We talk about entertaining headlines. We review viral videos of the week. We get into Hollywood gossip. Occasionally, I'll bring in some musicians. So it's really just a fun pop culture hour. Actually, yesterday, the recent show, we had a guest co-host from the Love Lockdown podcast. Her name is Tiara Anthony, and I don't know. I mean, how profane can I get on your show here? Should I not curse?
PG-13.
Yeah. Do not curse. This is a clean show.
Okay. So I won't curse. But yeah, I mean, we get into all kinds of great topics. Everything from God, what the hell did we talk about yesterday? The average woman waiting 2 years before she talks about kids with her guy, to sexy Halloween costumes. I don't know if you guys know, but there is actually a sexy mail-in ballot costume that's out right now that's going for around $30. It's like a short strapless dress, and it's supposed to represent a ballot like envelope. So we got into that. And apparently a man was trapped inside a dog's body. We get into crazy stuff like that.
Huh.
Miley Cyrus had an embarrassing thing that happened with her dog, and it might have had to do with the P word. I don't know. So clearly there's just crazy conversations about dogs and sexy mail-in ballot costumes. So if you like that nonsense, then hey, the Anything Show's for you.
Dogs and Halloween costumes.
Yeah.
There's definitely a niche. There's a niche for that.
There's an audience for everything.
We found that.
Yeah.
Why podcasting? Why did you get into podcasting?
Well, actually, so I'm a radio guy. I've been working in commercial radio for the past few years. Before that, started in college radio, and podcasting was just a way to expand my audience reach to like in a relevant way. So the Anything Show, we just started as a show on just one little community radio station in Vermont, and then I was able to syndicate it to a few other community radio stations around the country. And because community radio stations don't really have anyone listening, I decided, hey, you know what? Podcasting may not be a bad thing to get into. So, shouts out to the good people at Anchor, which is a podcast distribution service. And once I kind of pulled my hair out for a few minutes and finally figured out how Anchor worked, I was able to get the Anything Show on Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio. And now, the craziness is spread as worldwide as it can be. So.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, right on. Well, we like your show. We've
it's a good time.
Yeah, you guys guessed it. Yeah, you guys were a great time. Do you have any idea what we talked about? Because I don't.
Yeah, we talked about breakfast macaroni and cheese.
Burning the house down when you propose.
Yeah, a lot of proposal. The husband's wife being a jerk.
Yeah.
We talked about a bunch of weird stuff.
It does cover a lot of ground. In a really organic way.
Yeah, if you can think of anything in the week, you have talked about it when we were on there. So we had a good time.
Yeah.
But if so, say that like your radio show led you to podcasting, which is like you said, branching out. What would you say is like a big part, like a pinnacle of what you would like to do with your podcasting?
Well, I would. You're talking about like a goal, I'm trying to, like a long-term goal.
Yeah, like long-term, like a big goal. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think not too different from any podcaster, just to try to get as many listeners as possible. I mean, I've been fortunate enough to get on average a few hundred or so listens a week, so that's good. But I'm trying to just move up to thousands of listeners, maybe millions someday. And of course, ratings and reviews always help a podcaster get noticed. I've been connecting with podcast booking agencies to get guests on my podcast, such as you guys, and also to have myself appear on other people's podcasts, just to spread the word out there. So I'd say just essentially expose the Anything Show along those avenues as much as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before I did a podcast, I was a comedian, stand-up comedian over in Philadelphia. Then I moved here and tried to do a couple things. And Dylan and I actually were going to make a movie first,
Yeah.
and then we kind of fell back to doing podcasting. And it's mostly because my comedy career failed, which is a joke. Not a joke. Not a joke. Has there been anything like one of your like for me the biggest failure was not pursuing the comedy career, not actually doing something with that. What would you say is one of the biggest failures you've encountered, which either got you to where you are or not?
Well, probably the fact that professional acting didn't work out for me. I had a good time doing acting in high school and college in the theatrical sense. I did some student films here and there, and I thought that was the road that I was going to go. But as you know, you get further into acting in college and beyond, you notice that it is a very emotionally intense profession. And also a very unstable profession. And I think the combination of those two, the fact that I was in a weird place in my life with, personal family stuff and just wasn't ready to like reveal my emotions, and also just the fact that I like to have fun, but also like have a stable paycheck every week or every 2 weeks. I think those two things combined made me come to the conclusion that acting wasn't the biggest thing for me. And that was a tough pill to swallow for a little while, because I had this vision in my mind that like, oh, maybe I'll be like the next, Marlon Brando or Robert Redford or Kim Kardashian if she ever works in films. No, I'm not going to be Kim Kardashian. But yeah, I don't know. Just broadcasting has always been an interest of mine, and I kind of looked at that as a backup plan. And I just fell into college radio, fell into public access television in my hometown. Eventually, that led to some commercial radio stuff, which I'm doing now. And then that led to doing my own independent stuff, which is the Anything Show. And here we are.
You mentioned Brando and Redford. Do you have any other inspirations, either as just an entertainer or specifically for podcasting or radio? Anybody that kind of formulated your style?
Yeah, sure. So Elvis Duran is probably my key inspiration right now. If for those who are going to be watching this who don't know, he is a syndicated morning show host based out of New York, but he's all over the country at this point. I remember first listening to his show about 3 or 4 years ago, and I fell in love with it because he's able to have quirky, strange, in-your-face fun while also not being mean. And I think for a while, I thought that if you wanted to stand out in radio, if you wanted to have fun, that you had to have a certain cruel edge to you. And Elvis Duran made me realize that, wow, it's actually possible to be both fun and kind. So he's my main inspiration. I also dig Howard Stern every now and then. I think even though there have been times where he's gone a little bit over the line, he's just been great in terms of making you think and sort of pushing the edge as to what makes great entertaining talk radio. And even people I don't agree with, I love, because I just love the fact that they've crafted a personality and brand for themselves. So, say people like, Rush Limbaugh. I may not agree with him politically, but listening to him, I know that, like, hey, like, here's a guy who set out a brand, who set out an identity for himself and has done very well in it. And I respect that. So I'd say people like that, I dig in the broadcasting world.
Yeah.
Completely off subject. I'm not sure. You don't really come off like a nerd for some reason the way that we do. Would you consider yourself like a pop culture nerd or like a comic book whatever nerd?
I am a pop culture passive observer.
Okay.
I wouldn't call my.
You let it wash over you.
I wouldn't call myself a nerd in the sense that I know every single little detail about this TV show, this movie, this thing, this stuff. I mean, working in commercial radio as I do every day for a living, I work for Magic 97.7 in Vermont, by the way. We have this show prep content website that we use to, find things to talk about every day. So because of that, I can give you little tidbits of information about like the hottest TV show or the hottest movie or the hottest music out right now. But if you tell me, or if you ask me, like, oh, like what's a great backstage story you can tell me about, Post Malone and Robert Redford doing it. I don't know why I keep on referencing Robert Redford. That's really weird. I couldn't tell you that, but I can tell you like, oh, the hottest song in the country, the hottest movie out right now. So I'm like a general pop culture passive observer, if that makes it.
Yeah.
So one of the biggest pop culture references and something I like the most is Batman. And I think it's one thing that's an easy opinion on anyone. Who is, in your opinion, the best iteration of Batman over all medias?
Oh, God. You have to ask me that question because I love Batman. I have I think I still own back at my home in Connecticut all the volumes of Batman the Animated Series. Man, God, I don't know. I mean, I think I'm gonna say the best iteration might be Kevin Conroy, who voiced Batman in Batman the Animated Series. Just the way he was able to do Bruce Wayne and Batman. And actually, I met him not legally, and by
you legally meet somebody.
me and my brother went to a comic book convention in Connecticut, and Kevin Conroy was one of the guests. And you had to pay like $25-$30 to take a picture with him, but I didn't want to pay that money. So from afar, I took a crappy looking picture on my iPhone of Kevin Conroy. So it seems like I was in the moment actually with what I think is the best Batman. What do you guys think? Who do you think is the best Batman?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Kevin Conroy as well, only because I think that everyone who does Batman after him does a Kevin Conroy voice. Like the Batman voice is Kevin Conroy always. Like it doesn't sound like Michael Keaton. It's always to me. It's always Kevin Conroy. People are trying to do
definitely codified it.
Yeah. Who's your pick?
Probably Old Man Batman from Batman Beyond.
Oh yeah.
I just really like Old Man Bruce Wayne. Bruce Wayne from Kingdom Come, where he's become like.
Was that also Kevin Conroy?
Yeah, that's also Kevin Conroy. Yeah.
Oh, in the animated
version. With Terry McGinnis.
Yeah, right on.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, cool. So I love almost all Batmans, but I think that Kevin Conroy takes it. Next question. You probably interview a lot of people with what you do, right? You talk to a lot of people. You probably interview a lot of people. On the other end, Dylan has a very famous question that he would like to ask you. One of his two famous questions.
Yes. So to wrap, I guess it's a final question
before this.
Before we do our little bit, what is one question that you have always been wanting to be asked? What's a question you've always wanted to be asked by someone? That no one has. Do you have like a story that you've always wanted to tell and it's never been contextually brought up, or anything you want to talk about that nobody's asked about?
Maybe it's weird that this question is the first one that comes to mind. Do you guys know Inside the Actors Studio with James Lipton?
Yeah, blue cards.
Yep, the blue card man. Got rest in peace, by the way. He had like at the end of the show, he would have sort of like these fast-paced questions that would serve like as an interaction between the guest actor and the audience. And there was one question that he would often ask the actor. It was something along the lines of, if there was a God and you went to heaven and you got to meet him, what would be like the thing that you would want God to say to you? You know what I'm saying?
Is this the Drew Barrymore one where she goes, magical? It's magical. It was something about God and they did a joke.
But it was a very profound religious philosophical question. Like, hey, if there was a God and you met him at the pearly gates, what would you want God to say to you? And I always found that question really, really awesome for some reason, because it just really gets into something, deep. I mean, we're talking about like, oh, hey, the controversial sort of divisive subject of God, but we're also getting all like, hey, what would you want this person that essentially created everything? How would you want him to view you, and how would you want him to talk to you? So I don't know. I guess that question would be a nice question to be asked.
And then one more.
Dylan has usually has a follow up.
Just to wrap this up.
Mhm.
If you met God, what would you want God to say to you?
Oh wow, you're being James Lipton right now. Look at that.
It's every time.
Yeah, Dylan likes his bit.
God, man, Dylan, you're tugging at the heartstrings. I guess.
If you're
guess
comfortable answering this.
Yeah, I guess I would want him to say you did all right, because me and I'm pretty sure many other people who have who live with self-doubt and low self-esteem and all that stuff, we carry around this impression that we're not doing enough or we're not doing as great as we could be. So yeah, I think when all is said and done, if there is a God and I meet him at the pearly gates in heaven, I would like him to say you did all right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think that's great.
It's a good sentiment.
Yeah, in God's eyes, all right is probably pretty good.
Yeah, right.
Cool, man. Yeah, well, thank you very much. Yeah, I appreciate that. We're going to get on to our portion of the show, which is one last question for you, really. So what we do with our show is that Dylan brings a kind of a dumb idea to the table, and I bring usually a pretty clever or funny idea to the table, and then we talk about them, and we pick one to work all the way out into making either something you could produce or publish or whatever. So the one that did not win last week, that was unfortunately my idea, was it was people being stuck in a time loop, but they've been in this time loop now for 25 years. And there's no real understanding of why they're in there, but they've been there for 25 years, and they think they now found a way out. But the point of it is to find people that are in a time loop that have been there for a very long time, and now they're just bored with it. So that's my pitch of a show or movie or something. And then Dylan's going to come up with something.
Yeah. So my idea was, we're currently developing a superhero podcast series. So it's been on the mind a bunch. But these guys are all like street level D-listers. Their powers are pretty bad. I wanted to kind of do a superhero thing that's a little more elevated, where the villains have kind of won, like the heroes have been defeated, and then they kind of decide what's good and bad when there's only bad. So one of the villains, who's like really strong, starts beating up the other villains to just be the opposite of them.
Cool.
Yeah.
So
like what if Dr. Doom beat the Fantastic Four and then started beating up the other Marvel villains?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Huh.
I don't know what else though.
Yeah. So a last bad guy.
Yeah.
Last good guy dies.
Last bad guy, first good guy.
I'm cool, man. That sounds fun.
Something more clever in there.
So we're gonna say last hero.
Last hero.
Yeah.
Last action hero with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
So last hero. Okay. So between the two stories, you have one, we're going to explore the idea of I guess the last superhero and him going under, and then what happens when it's only bad people left.
The opposite of a turncoat.
That sounds cool. Or my idea, which might be better, which is people stuck in a time loop and they're bored with it. Which one do you think we should work on first?
So, whoever's idea I choose, will the other person hate me? Because this is going to be. Oh God!
We're professionals.
Yeah. Trust me, I've lost enough of these that I don't take it personally anymore.
Okay. You're gonna have to lose another one, Zach. I love Dylan's idea.
That's fine. No, it's okay. It's actually a very good idea. So that's fine.
It really is, because honestly, I often look at these like very conventional good versus evil things, and I've often wondered, like, what would it look like if evil reigned supreme? If evil won, what would it look like? Like you said, Dylan, if Lex Luthor won. What would it look like if Hitler actually did not kill himself and reigned supreme and all the Jews were dead? Like, I don't know, like just these crazy thoughts. Like, because we're so used to good winning out in the end that I think it's worth a question. What would happen if evil won?
It's been a while since we've done something dark.
Yeah, and it's cool because it kind of makes me think of that idea. You know that one saying where people say, there can't be good without evil.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there can't be evil without good, technically. Yeah. So what would that make them?
There's a new paradigm.
All right, we're going to talk this out. Jon Francois and the Anything Show with Jon Francois. We really appreciate your time. We really appreciate your words. Do you want to throw any plugs out there? Can you let people know where you can find you?
Yeah, the Anything Show with Jon Francois. If you love, like I said, if you love quirky, strange, funny, slightly risque, inappropriately dirty pop culture discussion, then come to me. Me and my co-host, Main Squeeze Mary, we usually post episodes every Sunday on Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, wherever you get podcasts. Facebook.com/TheAnythingShow is where you can find us. You can also find us on Instagram at Anything Show Francois. That's at Anything Show FRANCOIS. And thank you, Dylan and Zach. I look forward to seeing this whenever this is posted, and good luck with those ideas.
Yeah, right on. Thank you very much, man.
We appreciate being here with us.
Yeah, and tune in Sunday and see what happens.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you very much. Okay.
All right,
Last superhero.
Well, yeah.
That's cool.
I was expecting you to win this week.
Me too.
All right.
Time we've been here for a while now.
Yeah.
All right. So last
I'll bring
superhero. Last
something
hero.
really lame next time.
Yeah. Well, I was expecting it this week for some reason. Okay, so before we get started, though, let's throw a couple quick thanks out there.
Yeah.
Once again, thank you to IBM TV for letting us just chit-chat for no real reason and making up weird stories that would pretty much make only me and Dylan and Mark Lee giggle.
Yeah.
I want to throw a couple other thanks out there. We want to thank podroom.com. We want to thank out Listener app. If you do like podcasts and you want transcriptions or want to log your favorite notes, you can always go to listener-app.com. Go to Some Nobodies if you want to see a bunch of stuff we do.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get back into this. All right, so last hero. What are some stuff were you thinking?
I'm imagining early on we show that the villains of the world are winning. I'm assuming this is a pretty bog standard superhero setting.
Yeah.
The villains are at least overcoming the heroes. Yeah, there you go. Villains.
Yeah. There's probably more than one.
Villain to the fifth power. So I'm imagining the villains are at least getting the upper hand. Maybe there is some event that wipes out a good amount of the heroes, like an extraterrestrial event, and all the heroes go to fight it, and it winds up with their numbers being drastically reduced.
Okay.
And then the Superman of the setting, I guess I'm kind of assigning kind of pop culture roles to these people.
Sure, you mean like the almost overpowered.
The paragon of good and strength and
The
right
ultimate
way.
hero.
Yeah, gets defeated somehow.
Sure.
We have a brief period where the world is in the grips of super villainy.
Villainosity.
Villainosophy.
No,
Villainosophy. And then at some point, probably one of the more powerful villains has not a change of heart, but a realization that maybe they fuel them. Maybe he realizes that he's better with struggle.
Okay.
Or he thinks that there needs to be a new pecking order. And so he either sets out to be a hero again, or accidentally falls into that role.
Okay.
Or just sets out to be the baddest.
Okay, that's cool. So I love the idea.
Right.
It poses a lot of questions.
Mhm.
So I'm assuming that there's going to be like a cabal of bad guys.
I think so.
Like a Injustice League
Yeah.
or whatever. So we're going to need to work on that. We're going to need to work on who this hero is, right? So you're saying like one event takes out the majority of heroes?
I think we can start. I think we start with the fact that the heroes are on the retreat anyway, and then maybe an alien invasion or something big happens that a large portion of the heroes have to band together to do, and it wipes out a lot of them even though they win. Pyrrhic victory.
Yeah. So then pretty much this last hero is almost just overwhelmed by the world, right?
Yeah.
And then it
Yeah.
succumbs. That's
Yeah.
cool. All right. Did you have like a medium that you have this in mind? I mean, comic books are always like, you know, when you talk about heroes and stuff.
Comic book would be fun. I don't think a podcast would work because this kind of relies on spectacle.
Yeah.
I feel like this is going to be a spectacle heavy one. Whereas when we developed Super Empowered, which I think was episode 1,
It was 1 or 2. I can't remember.
one of our earliest projects was Superhero Support Group for bad superheroes.
I think that was the first one.
And our goal was to make it not spectacle. I
Right.
think we do a spectacle superhero story here.
Yeah, I like that.
So, I don't think a limited series. I think a movie, if we're not movied out.
Or like maybe a cartoon.
Cartoon would be cool.
I think, we haven't done that. Maybe a cartoon.
Are we talking like a full-length feature cartoon, or are we talking like a series?
Well, I guess it really depends on what the story is going to cover.
Okay.
If it covers, say, the event that this is, then you're probably looking at like a one-off. If this is like a rise of villainy and then another rise of the new hero, I think you're going to need more than just a 90-minute thing.
Limited is the goal.
Oh, absolutely.
Regardless,
Yeah.
it's not going to be like next time on season 5,
No.
the last hero or something like that.
We're not building like a
No,
mixed
this isn't
property
a
universe.
franchise.
No.
No. Let's keep it at limited for now and just see what kind of time frame we cover.
Yeah, cool.
So I think, do we want to do an act structure?
Yeah, I think that we would need at least the 3 acts to understand where we're going with this. Then we could break that down into individual whatever. So, like Dylan always says, you probably should start out, not should, but we like to start with roughly a 3-act structure because, like any good story, there's the rise, there's the crescendo, and then there's, the ending of some sorts. So it kind of gives us a really good understanding of where to take our story, where to put certain points to it. And then once you see what your idea of the story is in totality, then you kind of figure out how to whittle that down into what that actually means visually or audibly or whatever it is. So do you think that this event is the first arc, or do you think this is like the catalyst for the beginning of our story?
I think it's the inciting incident.
Okay.
I don't think we cover a whole lot of ground on it. I think this can be presented pretty briefly.
Now, what do you see as far as like the first Avengers movie, where it's like a worldwide kind of alien, but most superheroes don't make it?
We could do a fake out protagonist where we think we're going to follow this team of superheroes as they fight for the protection of Earth, and then one by one they all get wiped out.
Cool.
And then the last one, the main villain takes a shot of opportunity in the chaos of it.
Yeah, that sounds really cool.
Then we follow him being selfish during the alien invasion.
So we're going to say pretty much the very beginning is going to be the catalyst for this. So what you're saying is this is probably going to be like a group of some ragtag heroes that lose the battle to a big bad.
Yeah.
Sounds familiar?
Well,
sounds like the ending of one of our stories. No, I think it's be like almost a weird transition.
Oh yeah, interesting.
All right. So this would be the what do you think this is? Do you think it's an alien invasion? Do you think this is like universe hopping?
It depends on how much commentary we want to offer on the superhero genre.
And also how big.
That's true. If we want to be a little more tongue-in-cheek about recent superhero kind of like zeitgeist, we can absolutely do alien invasion and just kind of make not jokes, but kind of references to like, man, this happens a lot.
Yeah, I'm cool.
We got to get the portal closer activated or something.
Yeah, I'm always good for a good alien invasion.
Yeah, and let's just have some fun alien designs or ideas.
We've never talked about aliens before.
We haven't done an alien story.
What kind of alien do you think? What's like going back in the history of Dylan?
Yeah.
What's like the coolest alien has always stuck out to you?
The cockroach monster from the end of Men in Black.
Oh, the big centipede thing.
It's a cockroach. Yeah, it's a cockroach guy.
He's got a lot of legs, though, right?
Yeah, he comes out of Earl and he eats K.
You're right about one thing.
Yeah, sugar and water.
Sugar, water. Yeah, all right. So big cockroach.
Bug-like. I want to avoid humanoid.
Yeah,
because if aliens exist in the universe, they are probably not humanoid.
No, that doesn't make any sense.
No. And I don't necessarily want to do anything similar to the things from Infinity War, the little like 4-armed Doom Ride. I don't remember what they're called.
It doesn't matter.
The Outriders or something.
Yeah, the Outriders, yeah.
Yeah. So let's do...
But you want to do more physical?
What do you think?
Instead of like amorphous or like a globular?
No, let's get really weird about
I like blobs. Blobs are always
alien blobs.
Cool. Yeah.
And it kind of cancels out a lot of superhero powers because like
you
punch a blob...
Nothing happens.
Gelatinous cubes from D&D. They are acidic cubes out of like bionic. All right, yeah.
All right, cool.
So like, blob alien invasion.
Yeah, we'll do like a blob alien invasion, which they don't look like anything because they're obviously blobs.
Yeah.
But for some reason, though, they do have goggles.
They have like, sci-fi steampunk goggles.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah, I like it
for no reason.
They have weird tech add-ons.
Yeah, and probably like a gun somewhere.
So I'm going to
like a gun unicorn.
I have found a superhero and villain name generator because of these first team of 4 heroes. They don't necessarily need to be anything too they don't need to be very well developed. So I'm just going to read off some names. We can assign them some really surface level powers and character traits.
And these are the heroes that are going to perish.
These are the sacrificial lambs.
Okay.
Oh man.
Give it to me.
Netstar.
Oh god. Okay, who else?
Burn Jackal.
I love that one.
So for those of you who are wondering, I have currently pulled up a website called Seventh Sanctum. It is a well-known writer's tool website, which has a lot of generators like this. When you are ever stuck on inspiration or you need something to go on, find a generator and you will find just the perfect little kindling for an idea.
Just one idea. All right, so we got Netstar, we got Burn Jackal. We
Ooh.
need 2 more.
Yeah.
And 1 main.
I'm also looking at a Jaeger name generator from Pacific Rim.
For the bad guys?
For any of them.
Oh, just friendly?
Yeah.
What do you got?
Man. Well, first, I don't think we should use this. Hyena spider.
No.
Let's see.
Sometimes there's some clicking when it comes to the generators.
Yeah. I think we should somehow let there be a light.
Get a lot of light here.
Time burn. Oh, we have burn jackal. I like time burn better.
All right.
King jackal.
King jackal.
King jackal.
All right. What was this? What was the third one?
Time burn.
Time burn. That's cool. How about Queen Jackal?
Queen jackal. Yeah, I like that. Actually, I like that a lot. And then what else we got? Macro detonator.
Weird. And we need a name for the aliens and then a name for like the big, like the Superman of this.
Do we want the alien name to be
Macro
alien?
detonator?
Macro detonator. Do we want the alien name to be alien, or do we want them to be Ator? Or do we want them to be one of those, like the bad guy just have a noun as their name, like the Harvest,
right?
The Order,
the Guild,
the Network, the Guild. Yeah.
Sure. What do you have something crazy for that?
Let's see. They're blobular.
They're blobular. So
the shift, the shape.
The shape. That sounds cool.
Actually, the shape's not bad.
Yeah. All right, and we need one more name for the last hero that.
Oh, do we not have 4?
We have 4, but we need them to like the 1.
Oh, the one big guy.
Because these are like the last of like the main ones, and then we have like the 1.
Usually that sort of figure in stories has like a one-word name.
Yeah.
Sentry, Paragon,
Superion.
Hyperion, Excelsior.
All right, so
Captain Excellent.
Ugh, I don't like captains.
Nah.
How about Commodore Excellent?
Commodore Scales. No, that's a character from our other one.
Oh yeah.
Commodore Scales.
What are some other like general? No, I like this. I like the single name thing.
I'm gonna look up the source for Paragon. Paragon?
What's Paragon?
Is Paragon taken?
Probably.
Paragon is like the top of the top.
Oh.
I think it might have been used in City of Heroes.
Yeah. How about
Exemplar?
No.
Champ.
Yuck. Wait. No.
Paradigm?
No. That's too like shifty for some reason. That's a joke that one person will get.
Paradigm shift?
Yeah, I hate those things.
Yeah.
I like Superion.
Superion?
Is that a thing?
Let's go for it. If we're going to go a little tongue-in-cheek, we might as well give it a name like that.
Superion. It's not a bad name, actually.
And right now I'm seeing Netstar as like a super hacker who can fly. He hacks reality.
He hacks reality?
Maybe he's got like a terminal on his wrist that he can hack reality.
That he made out of old like power gloves.
He opens up like the developer's console and he goes, set cheat dot self fly, and then you can fly.
Cool. All right, so it's a reality hacker.
Yeah, he has real life cheat codes.
Reality hack.
I'm seeing Queen Jackal as like a Sabretooth style, like just strong, animalistic.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. Or do we want to use that one trope where like they have like that one piece of jewelry that gives them the power of animals?
Sure.
You know?
Yeah.
But I also like a big brute. I'm always a fan of big brutes.
Maybe she got who's the jackal god in Egyptian mythology? Is that Anubis? Is Anubis a jackal?
It is a god. Oh, so the power of Anubis?
Yeah, why not? She was at the pyramids and she found a medallion of Anubis and it gives her power over death or something.
Yeah, love that. Time burn.
I mean, source code style, like 15-second back in time.
I thought about that, but what's the burn part?
I don't know if I'm allowed to say it. It's drug related.
Oh. Yeah, like he needs
Yeah.
it. Okay.
Yeah, maybe he was a scientist and he injects himself with time juice.
Time juice.
It's like he can reset 15 seconds into the past, so it always looks like he's very competent. That's only because he's failed 100 times.
Cool. Macro
He
detonator.
can blow stuff up by looking at it.
What's the macro part?
He's buff. I don't know.
He's buff?
He blows up everything.
And like it just makes explosions bigger?
Yeah. We'll have a moment where he blows something up big, and there'll be a callback that would, if it was at the end of a movie, it would be like an inside joke that had been playing throughout.
Yeah.
It's like, what, again? You know what happened in Singapore. And then they leave.
Singapore.
I don't know.
Yeah, I know. You and I saw Singapore differently. All right, cool. So then these guys all
I
perish.
kind of like this team already.
It's a good team.
Yeah, we're going to kill all of them.
We're also gonna use them later, but okay. All right, so we have these people losing to an alien invasion because they're used to fighting Earth things.
I think so.
Yeah.
Like you blow a macro detonator. I think we see a scene of them doing well.
Yeah.
And then slowly their powers stop working on the shape. So macro detonator first is like just exploding them. Maybe he does the from Avatar with the third eye combustion where he just goes
yeah.
and it just he's blowing them up, and then he turns around and all the blobs either reform or they're smaller and they swarm him.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm cool with all
Because
that.
they're they don't have a physical body. They're kind of gel.
They have that one mind thing, the hive mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yikes.
Okay, so the shape comes down and it really puts a number on our heroes.
Yeah.
But for some reason, they leave. They can't win. They're going to take over the Earth.
I think the good guys end up winning, but we see other heroes losing but helping advance it.
But these guys have to go.
What's that?
They have to go.
They do. I think they sacrifice themselves to blow up the mothership. I think we do a mothership explosion because this is the intro. It doesn't have to be very deep.
This is our initial Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So they go down, taking out the shape after the shape has knocked out almost every other hero.
Yeah.
Superion is the only one left.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. He has an onslaught of villains.
I think we fade to black after they blow up the mothership, as if like this adventure's been closed, but at what cost?
Now, is that here or is that here?
I think it's halfway or in the first third of the first act. Because then we follow Superion as he attempts to wrestle the world back into order.
Yeah.
And at the end of the first act, he fails.
Fade to black.
Cool.
Okay, what kind of villains do you see? Because we're gonna need some real just jerks.
Oh, this generator made Catwoman.
That's a person.
Yes. Let's see what else we got. Knife Wolf. Could be a C tier guy. He's just really good with knives. So who do we want the main character? Who do we want the main villain to be? What do we want them to be able to do? And who do we want them to be?
Well, there's two main villains.
Right.
There's the villain that I guess turns.
Yeah. Who do we want to be the anti-hero who we follow throughout most of the story? Who's the one who puts down Superion?
Probably Knife Wolf.
You think so?
I mean, it depends on what their powers are. Oh, wait, the one that turns to be a good or the one that takes out Superion?
Are they not? Do you not think they're the same person?
I think could be different.
Okay.
It doesn't really matter. I don't think.
It doesn't. I'm thinking they would be the same person because someone who took down Superion would probably, and I'm assuming Superion is just a flying brick. They're Superman, but with a different cast of paint on them.
Yeah.
They might have cold vision and heat breath.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Heat breath.
I don't think I'm clever about that. No.
No.
I was thinking it would be the same person because that gives them the idea that they could, I beat the most powerful person. Now I'm the most powerful person.
Sure. Okay, that makes sense. I don't think
Which
someone
could be fun with Knife Wolf. It could be fun with Knife Wolf.
Yeah, but so far it seems like a wolf that has knife abilities.
I assume the wolf was more descriptive than literal.
Like he runs in a pack of one. Sure,
why not? Oh my god.
We need like a destroyo kind of person, like a
yeah.
Do we have bad guys? We have any bad guys in our arsenal?
I'm a Red Emperor.
Dean
Powers.
Red Emperor?
Yeah.
That's a little
what? I don't know. I'm shouting out names at this point.
Yeah, I mean I'm cool with all of them. Okay. Knife Wolf, right? We need like a. Let's see, who's like the main big bad? If we have like a superhero, who's superheroes like big bad? It's like, we have like a dark side thing. We have Doomsday. What's like another word for Doomsday?
Well, Apocalypse is taken.
Yeah.
Armageddon is an event.
Yeah, and a great movie. I'll stand by it.
Ragnarok is a movie title.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Cataclysm.
Is there something that's like maybe what was the apocalypse? Never mind. I was like, what's like the Mayan calendar end?
Oh yeah,
but I guess that's the apocalypse.
Yeah.
Right? Is there a name for that? Probably not. We need like a it's like an anti-person.
like a mirror image, like Reverso.
Yeah.
Reverso. I don't know.
Or Reverse Roger.
Paul Revere, but he's a superhero.
That's not bad.
He has a lantern and a horse.
A Reverse Revere.
Reverse Revere. The British are here.
Lay on your horses.
Mega Duchess.
I like Mega. Mega Duchess, sure. Okay, so Mega Duchess, Reverse Revere.
I don't know if that works.
I don't like that. No, I can't like that at all. Reverse.
You want a bad guy named Nemesis? Or is that too on the nose?
How about no, I think it's fine.
Okay.
Reverse.
Let's see.
Revolver. Now, Nemesis, that would actually be cool for the person who takes over and becomes like a new good guy.
Yeah.
He's like, so you're still called Nemesis? Like, that's my name.
I'm fighting everybody, aren't I?
My name's Rudolph Nemesis.
I like the idea. I like the idea that he beats Superion, and all of a sudden he's just like,
nailed it.
Like, so you can still go by Nemesis? I'm still beating you up, aren't I?
Yeah, and other bad guys come out and like,
and then they do that Superman Shazam like simultaneous punch thing where little windows shatter.
Oh yeah, rain stops or something. Yeah, that's cool.
We're going spectacle.
I like it. Yeah. And then any big bad who comes up, Nemesis squashes.
Mm-hmm. Is that a reference?
No.
Oh, you were looking at me as if I was supposed to get it. No,
did I?
I don't know.
Oh,
I might be projecting.
Did I wink and do this thing?
You got something in your eye.
Get it?
Anyway,
Get it?
Reverse revolver. Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah,
that's good.
Only shoots backwards with deadly accuracy.
He shoots back in time. Joke's on you, kid. You were dead when you got here.
No, it fizzles.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. All right,
we could have some fun bits with that where Nemesis is walking around, all of a sudden, tink, tink. What? And he turns around the corner, and Reverse Revolver's just like, oh.
Oh,
so
bulletproof.
I think this is these are good. I think these are good spotlight guys.
Yeah. These are main bad guys. One of them is going to be the one who beats Superion and then becomes the new whatever.
Yeah,
that's up to you. Knife Wolf.
I kind of like the idea of.
We spent the most time with Knife Wolf.
Have we? He's the first one that came
up.
The
first bad guy on here.
I like the idea that someone who's kind of a nobody beats Superion, and then everybody's gunning for him.
Oh, they could be like, well, who's Knife Wolf?
Knife Wolf?
Yeah.
Your Superion got killed? How?
Knife Wolf couldn't even get to the Cabal.
Knife Wolf? Who's Knife Wolf?
Wait, is that wolf with the machine gun? Like, no.
No, that's Machine Gun Wolf.
Oh, yeah. I never actually met the guy formally.
Do you not have the database app on your phone?
No, I have a flip phone.
Knife Wolf.
Oh, that guy. Oh, with the scarf. Why do you say that?
He operates out of Wichita?
All right, so Knife Wolf. All right, so
I think Knife Wolf killed Superion, or at least we hear about it.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. What if Superion gets beaten some other way and Knife Wolf takes credit for it?
Wait, say it again.
What if Superion gets killed in some happenstance, and then Knife Wolf just happened to be there and was like,
What if the reason the shape was here was to kill Superion? Mm-hmm. And they killed Superion, mm-hmm. and that's why I left, and Knife Wolf was there. And
sure.
Like, oh my god, you killed... Oh, you did this?
I did.
Well, he's gotta be tough, though.
Knife Wolf?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I mean, I'm down with all that.
Yeah, cool.
All right, so then what would you say, what would be the first big hump that we kind of get into?
Do we want to follow... Who's the point of view character? Nemesis? It's poppy. It's catchy. It gives us kind of a leeway. I say point of view is either Nemesis or Mega Duchess.
No, I like Nemesis more.
Okay.
So what are these guys doing here? So these guys are like sitting back, letting all the heroes die.
I think so.
Right?
Yeah, they're keeping their home. They're keeping their territory safe.
Like,
but they're not going to the mothership.
They're like, Nightwolf, what are you going to do against the Shape? And he's like, you know what? I'm out of here, guys.
I'm gonna do what I always do.
Yeah. Wolf it up.
Stab them.
Oh. I'm gonna do what I always do. All right, so and then, so Nightwolf kind of pops out as like a leader around here.
Yeah,
right?
I think so.
That would be here.
I think Nightwolf perform. Yeah, I think we see. I think we should see heroes and villains kind of acting together.
I saw it read as Nightwolf.
Nightwolf. I think Nightwolf's taken. Isn't that a band?
No.
Oh.
I don't know. You know music from there. So Nightwolf. He.
Such a stupid name.
No, I love it. It's a great name.
I love it.
I'm gonna have fun drawing it tonight for myself. So we're assuming that Nightwolf like was in a group and left or couldn't get into it.
His pack.
Nightwolf,
Machine Gun Wolf.
This is called the Wolf Pack. He's like, guys, I should be in this. I'm a Nightwolf. And they go, no.
I think Nightwolf is a little bit of a loser who happens to be just good enough at the right place in the right time. And I don't think the rest of these guys are in the Wolf Pack.
It would be funny if it was called the Wolf Pack without him in it.
He tried to start one. They're like, we already took that. It's like, I'll fight you for it. You don't want to do that.
It's like, check your Facebook. He's like, I know I'm Nightwolf 1 on Facebook, but it's no big deal. Or Wolf Pack 1. Okay, so no Wolf Pack.
I think Wolf Pack, but I think it's Nightwolf, and he has some like cronies with him.
Nightwolf and the Wolf Pack.
Nightwolf and the Wolf Pack. Yeah.
That's where he plays on Tuesday night.
They sing that song.
Yeah, Man on the Run.
Yeah,
it's a good cover. Okay, so the Nightwolf, he what?
I think he shows up at a. I like the idea of the Shape being there to kill Superion. I like the idea of Nightwolf starting to brag about doing it.
Like he was there when Superion was down.
Yeah,
but didn't do it.
No,
but brags about it.
I think we see a shot of Superion asking him for help, and Nightwolf is like thinking about like ending it.
He's like, almost throwing a knife. He's like,
and maybe he hears a sound or something. He startles, or like maybe Superion like stands up like to try and get him, and he spooks and runs.
Or what if it's a thing where like Superion's really messed up?
Nightwolf is more afraid of you than you are of him.
Just like any wolf. What if Superion's like, die?
Yeah.
Put me out of my misery. And then Nightwolf's like, I can't, man.
No.
We went to high school together or something. And he's like, you have to. I'm about to die. And he dies anyway.
Yeah.
And people are like,
cool.
Oh, Nightwolf. That kind of.
Yeah, that works for me. And then Nightwolf and then everybody.
So he starts bragging.
Yeah.
That's an S.
Oh.
It's a new marker.
That's fine. No, it's great. It looks great. You're doing great.
Thank you. I'm not going to pay for that compliment. Okay, so Nightwolf starts bragging about killing Superion. I think that's cool. And then at some point, these guys start hearing about this, and they're not cool with it, right? So what? One by one, they come at him, or does he knock out some bad guys first?
I think it starts going to Nightwolf's head, and he starts trying to establish himself as a real power mover in the villain circle.
Yeah,
and I think we kind of go at it from the angle of like the villains have started infighting because they don't have to focus on heroes anymore.
Yeah. And they're like,
I think it causes them trouble because it attracts too much attention because they don't have any sort of like. You remember in Kingdom Come when it talks about the new wave of heroes didn't have the ideals, so they're not worried about collateral damage. Yeah. Villains don't worry about collateral damage.
Never have.
Yeah, and I say that Nemesis maybe he has some property or something. He goes, or he's like he's old school and he goes, there's a process to this.
We never used to play like this in old.
We didn't. Things were different in the old days.
So we're gonna say Nightwolf leaves the group or was never in it. And then we're gonna say one of them probably goes and tries to kill him, tries to fight him first, right? Nightwolf, and then
what if Superion's power was given to him by like an alien crystal, and now Nightwolf has it?
So he's like Shazam.
Yeah, but it's like a it could be combination Iron Man, or maybe it's like a gemstone in the forehead or something.
Sure.
And Nightwolf takes it, and so now everybody's trying to get Superion's power gem.
It's a gem that was an eyeball.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, and then now Nightwolf has it.
Yeah.
The one-eyed wolf.
And then we can have some fun art of Superion doing the asymmetric like light in one eye, like the little
cool.
The little like
old cable.
Yeah. Hey, fashionable asymmetry is really in right now.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
That's why you wear a chain wallet.
And also because it prevents people from stealing my wallet at ska shows.
That's true. Which usually isn't a problem since the 90s, but whatever.
Yeah.
So, all right. So with the iGem now, Knife Wolf is he's on top.
I think he's going to try and figure. Yeah, let's say I kind of like.
Now there has to be a big bad that Knife Wolf takes out first, and everybody's like, "Did you hear Knife Wolf took out blah blah?"
I mean Red Emperor,
and that's when he gets like the big building.
So a while ago, a long time ago, I pitched to you the idea that it's a superhero setting in which superheroes have affected the political climate, where like the president is a superhero.
That was on our other TV show.
Yeah.
Look for it at SomeNobodies.com.
Yeah.
We gotta make it our TV show.
I say like Red Emperor rules like maybe he's got like a Rocky Mountain kingdom he's carved out for himself, and Knife Wolf is based in like Salt Lake City or something. And then he kills Red Emperor, and all of a sudden people are like, whoa, he killed like a superhero head of state.
So is Red Emperor like the biggest bad?
He's at least the most public facing.
Would he live in like the Mount Rushmore or something?
That's not bad.
Yeah, like taking a whole face.
He's changed Mount Rushmore, so it's 4 versions of his face.
Well, it's 3 versions of his face and Abe Lincoln, because Abe Lincoln was fun.
Yeah.
But that's where he lives.
He really likes the idea of no due process.
Yeah. All right. So at some point, we're gonna say Knife Wolf conquers.
I say get rid of Braggs. I think the whole opening like prequel setup is Knife Wolf getting the gem out of Superion's eye. We cut to Nemesis doing something villainous.
Yeah.
He goes to a villain bar or a villain plate or somehow comes in contact with another villain. And he hears the news. Red Emperor is dead. The Red Empire is in shambles. Wait, is Superion back? No.
Not exactly.
It was Knife Wolf. What are you talking about? You know how Superion's eye went missing? Knife Wolf showed up with it and brought down Red Emperor. And then that kicks off the chase because everybody's like, Knife Wolf?
Yeah.
It's not going to be hard to get that at all. And then we do kind of like that Smoke and Aces thing where everybody is chasing Knife Wolf to try and get the gem. And it's Nemesis trying to get it from them, crossing paths with various villains. They either team up, betray each other, or otherwise do the... I guess Smoking Aces kind of does that.
Yeah.
Well, all the assassins are going
John
after
Wick.
person. Yeah.
I'm cool with that.
John Wick superheroes.
Kind of John Wick.
Yeah.
But he's kind of a jerk, though.
Yes.
So, right here is when Knife Wolf defeats Red Emperor
At Mount Redmore.
He
has a
perfect.
he has a motif.
Or we can make it a Redford joke. Call back to what Jon Francois kept talking about. John Redford. Or Robert Redford.
Robert Redford is a superhero in the setting. Watchmen did it first.
Oh, that's true. Well, yeah, he was a president, but yeah.
He was a superhero president. No.
He wasn't.
No, I'm in the everyday sort of meaning.
Oh, like a good president should be. Right? All right, so this is when all of the people start looking for Red Wolf, right?
Yeah.
Knife Wolf.
Yeah. Where do they go? Where does Nemesis go first to get info? Because I'm assuming we're following Nemesis. Does he have someone that's kind of, not a lackey, but someone who kind of latches onto him because Nemesis is a big deal?
Yeah.
Reverse revolver?
Yeah, obviously.
Cool.
So Nemesis and RR get together.
I really like these heroes and villains. I really do. I don't know why.
Yeah, they're good.
They're very evocative. They're very character based. And this is what happens when you use a name generator sometimes. It can give you the foundation on which to build a pretty fun thing so far.
Yeah, we really didn't have a lot of ideas where we're going to go with this, but the names kind of push them.
Yeah.
So what would you say would be the big climax of like the second, third?
I say someone gets maybe the shape comes. Do we want the shape to come back?
No, I like them just being done.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
Should this be like a big team up? Like maybe some bad guys decide to join like a group to fight Knife Wolf now that he has?
I like that idea. And then they all betray each other before they even get to Knife Wolf.
Yeah, because they're dumb bad guys.
Yeah.
What is the ending of this story?
I say we do one of those like not post credits, but maybe they decide that they're like, listen, this gem doesn't belong here. Maybe there was something about Superion that kept it from doing like an alien corruption thing, where like you take the iGem and the plants around you start dying,
What if
the light dims.
I mean, that's not bad.
We might get a little too Eldritch Horror on that, but
Yeah.
I like introducing that.
What if Knife Wolf realizes that he can't handle this much responsibility,
Okay.
and then puts the eye back in Superion?
Okay. He has to sneak into Superion's like
Funeral grave.
he's probably interred in like he probably has like a mausoleum
he's got
somewhere.
like a cool mausoleum.
Yeah.
But there's only bad guys, so what's he breaking into something?
Right.
There's only bad guys.
I kind of like the idea of him eventually trying to return it, and then he offers it to Nemesis. He's like, I can't handle this. I don't want it. You take I don't care who has it. You're here. Take it. And then what?
The Nemesis takes off his hood. Turns out that it was Queen Jackal the whole time. No. Yeah, I'm not really sure. I don't really know where to end this just yet. But we're
at 1 hour. Should we do a reintro?
Yeah, do a quick little recap.
Hello, everybody. My name is Dylan. This is Zach. This is our whiteboard, and we are talking Upstream, hosted by Some Nobodies on IBM TV. What Talking Upstream is, I had a brief moment where I forgot the name of the show.
That's okay. I think you lagged at the same time. That's cool.
Oh, perfect. I had a real life moment. What Talking Upstream is a 90-minute writer's room where Zach and I bring two different ideas to the table, undeveloped, choose one of them, and we spend the length of the time in the show developing it into something that we can spend more time on in the future, so we have a really strong foundation to create.
Or hopefully sell it.
Talking Upstream is, of course, us attempting to talk our way into a streaming show service of some sort.
If you remember what Quibi used to be.
Rest in peace.
Oh, goodbye.
There's always something else.
Yeah, make something else.
Yeah.
Anyway,
we are discussing an idea that we called tentatively The Last Hero, which was the idea that a villain, after most of the superheroes in the setting have been eliminated, the villain kind of takes up the mantle and fights the rest of the villains. And it's turned into this kind of pursuit of power versus other amoral actors.
Yeah, if you kind of follow along the old saying of there can be no good without evil, what would happen if there actually is no good? Then it would just be all evil. But then good would
show up,
come back.
Yeah,
something.
There's something there.
There's something there.
We could round it back to the idea of what is good. Without good, there's no evil. By Nemesis maybe realizing that the gem is better off with nobody, and he gets Reverse Revolver to shoot it into the future,
past,
or the past,
back into
or the
Superion.
sun.
That's how Superion got it to begin with.
That's not bad. That's actually not bad.
But
he amplifies his power with the iGem, and then he loads it into his gun, and then it shoots back into the past, and it's like, well, what now?
Yeah, we'll see.
We've
already seen.
I like that idea.
I'm okay. That actually that bookends it then.
Yeah.
You can't write anything else. So we're gonna say that at some point, Nemesis.
Look at us solving problems with our ideas.
And Reverse Revolver. Shoot the gem into the past, back to Superion.
I say then that Knife Wolf needs to try and use the gem to make a massive power change.
Yeah.
And we see it go really badly. You know what I mean? Where they have to realize that no matter who has this thing, it's no good.
Now, do we want to throw in a scene where somehow Knife Wolf learns how to use the gem?
Yeah.
Because technically he wouldn't know what to do. It would just be, I guess, whatever powers Superion had.
But amplified.
Or different.
Yeah.
Maybe it's different depending on who gets it.
No, he definitely needs to find a way to become Knife Wolf with the iGem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So would there be like
Gem Wolf.
And
everybody makes fun of him for it.
Yeah, like I know it's not a great name.
And then he Dr. Manhattan's them, and everybody's like, "Oh no!"
Whoa. Yeah, cool. Who teaches Knife Wolf? Does Superion have a like say the Superman's cave of whatever that
like a Shazam?
Yeah, the wizard thing, or like just like so Superman has got his cavern of solitude. What is it called? The cave of solitude?
Fortress.
That's a fortress, whatever.
Yeah.
Call it what you will.
Yeah.
But he's got like those the crystal USB data holders.
Yeah.
He would need something.
Something.
Maybe once you put the gem in,
Mm-hmm.
it takes you somewhere.
Now,
Gives
I
you-
want to bring up, if we have reverse revolver shoot it into the past,
Mhm.
we introduce a bootstrap paradox, which is the idea that, for those who don't know, in time travel story and philosophy, a bootstrap paradox is the idea that when you involve time travel, taking something back in time to someone, where is that object initially introduced into existence? Because if the person obtains it from someone from the future, takes it to that person in the future, which is sent back to the past, there's no beginning of that. There's no
Right.
intro. So I think we need to find out how to address that, even if it's just a single line.
I think a lot of shows are currently doing that
They
style of
are.
thinking, where
Lovecraft Country did it.
Lovecraft almost did it, kind of. Dark does it way better.
I haven't finished it yet.
So in Dark, they do a thing, and it's still in the first season, so I'm not really giving a lot away, but they do a thing where they bring a book to you and they say, you're going to write this in the future.
Yeah.
I need you to write this sooner.
Yep.
But that forces
Yeah.
that thing to be in a circle.
Yeah, that's
Right.
the definition of a bootstrap paradox.
Right.
Right.
So we don't need to explain it.
Okay. That's fine.
Because if we explain it, it would alter the fact of what it is. Because then that wouldn't be bootstrap. It would
Cool.
be a linear.
I think we need to have an origin idea for it, at least that people are telling each other.
Like a fake story?
Yeah, something
Okay.
that people in the universe believe.
Why?
Because we need to have someone who can tell Knifewolf how to use it, or Knifewolf needs to
Oh.
somehow understand how to use it.
Yeah. Okay. So
Unless the reason that Knifewolf is so catastrophic with it is that he doesn't understand how to use it, and it's like giving a chimp like a pistol. Like,
there could be that weird scene where one character says, how did you get rid of Superion? I've been doing all this research and blah blah. He's indestructible because with that eye,
mhm.
blah 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 blah. You could have one of those where it's like a very
Knives make a very good pry bar. It's like, oh man, you don't need to tell me that.
I don't even know what that is. What's that from?
This, I'm saying Knifewolf is like I took the gemstone and Superion. Was
Oh,
easy
how'd
after
you?
that.
Okay, good. Yeah, I got you. I thought I was just randomly talking to somebody in prison.
No.
I don't know how I got in or out of prison. But maybe that thing,
Mhm.
if that's what we want to keep this is a closed loop. Now, if it's not a closed loop, and there could be the thing where like this just resets it.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't like this. Let's just deal with this.
Yeah. We'll let the previous iteration of ourselves deal with
We'll
it.
deal with this now.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah. Do you think it should be bootstrap?
I think it's fine bootstrap.
all right, but there has to be some
just-
sort of reason anyway. It
I-
does exist.
I would like people to at least wonder at the origin of it.
Okay.
Maybe Knifewolf is hunting down like whatever this setting's version of the Sorcerer Supreme is, someone who handles like magic and exotic stuff.
Yeah.
Dr. Exotic. Doctor Strange, Dr. Exotic.
That's
the same
doctor.
thing.
How about
Exotic PhD. YMD.
Yeah, YMD.
No.
No. What's say something that, what's our thing where you get like a prefix?
A prefix?
Yeah. What's our? There's not many
Honorific?
jobs where you get prefixes other than doctor.
Esquire.
That's a suffix.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. What do you get to get something before your name? Knighted, sir, sir knowledge,
Sir Mr. Knowledge,
sir bookworm.
Mr. Bookworm. No, I don't like Bookworm. I feel like they need to be
Sir
stuffy and dignified.
Yes, sir.
Dr. Smarts.
You like doctor?
Doctor. I do like Doctor.
How about Madame?
Sure.
Madame. I don't know many other words for intelligence.
what's a name that you would what is a name you would expect from a dignified older woman?
Like their first name?
Mm-hmm.
Betsy.
Betsy Eldritch. She just goes by her name. She just knows weird stuff.
Yeah.
Miss Eldritch. And then she you see her shadow has like weird jagged outlines, and then she turns around and she's this like sweet old Betty White woman.
Yeah, or like her shadows are always reading books.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's not bad.
See a lot of evil shadows. You don't see a lot of positive shadows
Not
out
really.
there.
She's she multitasks with the shadow.
She has like 4 lights on her, and each of the
Yeah.
4 shadows are all reading
Yeah.
books. And she is the one who gives Nightwolf all the info on, or
She's unaware of where the gem came from, but she knows things like it, and it requires a lot of training and a lot of will, and he's not up to it. And then he's like, "I don't care what you say. I'm gonna do it anyway." And she goes, "I warned you.
Yeah.
All right, just don't do it here."
Now this could be a thing where Betsy Eldridge.
Are you okay with that?
Yes, yeah,
Okay.
it's cool. Tells Reverse Revolver maybe like who originated to begin with, and that person had given it to Superion. That way there's no, it never ever really originated. You know what I mean?
Actually, yeah.
So it goes back to like the Gem Meister.
Yeah. She's just like, there are things in this world that we can't necessarily explain.
And it's like my records go back to someone called the Gem Meister having this, blah blah blah. He's the one who gave it to Superion.
Yeah.
And Reverse World was like, let's just start this over. We can't do this. Do you like that ending?
I do. I think
there's something.
There's a piece missing, and I think we'll come across it.
Yeah. But we do need this part.
Yeah. I think Knifewolf is the guy who tries to beat all the other villains now that he's got this gemstone.
Yeah.
And what started off as a chase for this gemstone is now all the villains have to gang up on this dude who now has Superion's power with none of the control.
Yeah. So instead of them coming after Knifewolf, I think it's kind of cooler if he starts, because he's so power hungry now, knocking them out.
Sure.
And the news coverage is like, so I guess we have a new superhero. He's taking out all these bad guys. But now the bad guy's like, look, he's just coming after all of us. We need to do something.
And then that first piece of news is someone defeating Red Emperor, but they don't know who.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I like that. I think that actually tells a more linear story.
Yeah. And then how do they find out who it is?
Because he comes after people.
Okay. So Knifewolf starts like hunting down villains.
Any villain that he knew.
Anyone who's wronged him in the past to start. And that's kind of the hint that people are like,
wait, what are you taking out bad guys? Like, yeah.
Or do they run into Knifewolf and he confirms it to them, or do they figure it out based on the pattern?
I was saying that was more like the news asking him a question, like, so what are you, like, taking out all the bad guys?
Oh, they're interviewing him.
Well, because like they're like, hey, a couple of the bad guys are done, and we had witnesses saying it was Knifewolf, and Knifewolf's like, yeah, it's me. I'm taking out all the bad guys. And like, oh, so you're like a good guy now. And then the good guys or bad guys are like, what are you doing? Or, I mean, I definitely like him starting to take out bad guys. And I think that, because then that would make the bad guys almost want to form a team together to fight him. But we still need this.
Yeah.
Whatever this is.
I think they make, not a heist, but I think they form a team and try to go after Knifewolf. And that's when the team breaks up due to infighting.
Okay. So this is attack on Knifewolf.
Yeah.
Knifewolf.
And then,
so this be a bad guy team up.
who's in the team? Are we doing Mega Duchess and
So it's gonna be here, Mega Duchess, Reverse Revolver, Nemesis,
Madame?
Duchess. Oh, Madame Betsy Eldridge.
Oh, is that okay? Is she helping them? I assume she would be above such petty concerns.
Yeah, so she's the info dump.
Yeah, but we have one more who joins their team.
A new one.
Reverse Revolver, Mecha Duchess, Nemesis.
Red Emperor's dead. Classic gravestone.
Let's see.
And then
Hellion.
Red Empress, which is Red Emperor's daughter.
That's not bad.
And she's like, we gotta
kill my dad.
It's either kill me or kill him.
He hadn't signed his will yet, so I don't get his inheritance.
Oh, yeah.
She's purely selfish.
Yeah, she's actually just a bad guy.
Yeah. Well, they're all bad. I think they're all bad guys, and I think this team falls apart pretty. I think they fall to infighting pretty well. And her power is mostly that she still has a bunch of her resources. So she has like the Red Guard and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And they're all kung fu masters. I don't know. I like it. I've got a real kung fu mindset right now.
We've been trying to do ninja stuff for a while, and it's never really pulled off. So we're looking for fights.
Yeah, they're ninjas. They're wearing red. Doesn't matter. They're that good.
I can see them. They only come on eclipses. Okay, so we need a little bit of some stuff in here.
Yeah. I think we follow Knife Wolf as he tries to control the gem, and then we follow Nemesis and the rest as they try to like get people together to fight him and or stop him.
So then we kind of go by 2 timelines?
Yeah, I think so. So while Knife Wolf is practicing or learning with Betsy Eldritch, then while that's happening, Nemesis is trying to recruit people, or
so why would Nemesis want to recruit unless he's close with Red Emperor or can see what's going to happen?
What if Nemesis had like a anti-foe attitude towards Superion? He and Superion were always just like, yeah, I'll let you go this time because you helped me out.
Oh, they had like a Joker Batman thing?
Without a whole lot of the antagonism.
So he was almost a friend to Superion?
They were at least like amicable rivals. I figure Nemesis is kind of like...
What's Knife Wolf doing at this time?
Knife Wolf is getting back at people who wronged him and slowly succumbing to the power of the eye gem.
So Wolf Revenge.
Wolf Revenge, with a band name.
Nailed it. And then Nemesis is going to recruit Odyssey, RR, and then their people.
I figure Reverse Revolver joins up almost immediately with Nemesis.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I say Mega Duchess and Red Empress join at roughly the same time because they're having like a summit, because they're both leaders of their own little like micronations of superheroes.
Yeah.
And then who's the other one we had said joins up with them? We didn't come up with a name. What if Macro Detonator isn't actually dead?
Oh.
And he joins up with them.
Sure.
He's just like, I don't know, part cyborg now, or something.
They brought him back, or something.
Maybe he's an explosion. He's a continuous human explosion contained in a suit of armor.
Oh.
So instead of doing the third eye thing, he's just like, he opens a hatch on his palm and it's just.
Yeah. So he never really goes away.
Yeah.
But because of what happened, now it's bad.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. And then, so they're all about to perform this attack, and then they just dissipate. Is that what you're saying?
I think Macro Detonator tries to beat them first because he's still kind of a hero, and he's got a bunch of villains in one place. He fails. Then I say the stress of it means that Mega Duchess and Red Empress have some sort of like disagreement, and maybe their states were very, very opposed to each other beforehand, and this was tenuous, and they try to backstab each other. And Nemesis and Reverse Revolver have to like, maybe they're all in one of their compounds, like maybe they're in Red Empress's summer home as like a stopgap.
Yeah. And
they have to get out while Red Empress and Mega Duchess will try to like they're warring at each other.
Yeah.
We have a big end of second act conflict where Mega Duchess and Red Empress get into a fight like in the background while Nemesis and Reverse Revolver are escaping the compound.
Yeah. That's cool. What's going to happen in this last third? Because we know that Knife Wolf now has gone through a bunch of bad guys. He's at the pinnacle of his like just conceit.
I think at this point the gem is starting to overpower him. Okay. He's having a hard time controlling it. Nemesis and Reverse Revolver have like
what does the gem do? Does it make you good? Does it? It's just you almost have to be like worthy to have it.
I think it lashes out. I think it doesn't understand what's going. I think it
is it slowly like killing him because he's doing so much bad.
Maybe it's turning him into something alien slowly. Like the area around his eye socket has gotten discolored, or like.
Well, why didn't it happen to Superion?
Maybe Superion's power was keeping him going.
Oh, he can control the thing.
Yeah. or his power is just that he can't be.
So maybe this
can't be
end,
twisted.
maybe this end would be not so much of a sending it back, but sending it back to think like maybe this time we can stop it. If Superion's the only one that can house this thing.
Yeah. We get it out of our time. While it's in Superion, it's not doing anything except being a tool for a good person.
Yeah.
So we get it out of our timeline and we contain it in this span of time. And unfortunately, the dark ending is that Knife Wolf is going to have to go through this every single time.
And he knows it.
But after this is done, it's only like a 3-week period where he has to deal with this.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's rough.
I like that.
That's really good.
That's good. Yeah. So what are some things that you think should happen in this timeline? So we got to get some. We need some more information.
I think
somehow.
in order to collect themselves, what if Nemesis got his powers from Betsy Eldritch, and so he goes to like talk to his old mentor,
and she has more powers for him to have?
Either that, or she just has really good advice. Like, some things are better left where they can be controlled. Sometimes things are better not. Sometimes things are better when they're contained.
You should always put things back where you found them.
Put things back where you found them.
Wink, wink, wink.
Why are you winking? Because it's the eye thing.
This is my clock eye.
You have a clock eye? I got a lot of things.
Well, I never took my glasses off.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna say this is gonna be some wolf info, or I guess gem info, and then wolf decline.
Yeah.
And he's probably going to succumb, right?
Which one?
Wolf, Knife Wolf.
Sure. Well, I figured they would get it out of him in time, but he's not exactly fit for super activities anymore.
He shouldn't fade with it. It shouldn't take him over, and that's how they get it.
It could. I'm just saying that feels like every boss in World of Warcraft.
Oh.
I had a power, and it controlled me, and I fought against everybody. And by killing me, you have redeemed me because I'm giving it up.
Fair. Okay. So then they take it out before it kills him, and now he's their lackey.
He could be, or he could just give up. He's just like, I'm out.
He's like, you know what?
This is awful.
If I had that gem, though, I'd kill all of you guys.
And they're just like,
we know.
All
right, and then gem return. It's right on there. Okay, so is there a scene in here that you are more attracted to?
I kind of like either the scene where where Nemesis and Reverse Revolver are escaping Red Empress's compound, or where Reverse Revolver joins up with Nemesis, or any of the scenes Betsy Eldritch is in.
Yeah, I'm liking Betsy Eldritch for some reason.
So should I work on the scene where she kind of goads Knife Wolf into using Gem? Or should I do the scene where she gives Nemesis the put things back where you found them?
Well, what would you say those two scenes look like?
I'm saying that...
Because they're going to be different scenes.
Right. I'm saying that Betsy Eldritch, when Knife Wolf visits, is doing some studying or something.
Okay.
Knife Wolf comes in and tries to flex that he has these new powers, and she just kind of like doesn't react. She's like,
there's a reason Superion had that.
I've seen this. Oh wow, you really. I hope you know what you're doing. You're really punching above your weight class, kid. He goes, well, I got Superion's powers now, and she goes,
We'll
not really. We'll see about that. Well. You know about this type of stuff. What can this do? Well, as I recall, you were never a very good student. You never taught me anything.
Yeah,
I figured Betsy Eldritch is kind of like the remnant of the previous wave of heroes, and now she's studying things that are probably better left unstudied.
What if people know that she can see like other timelines too?
Sure.
Because if
she used to be petitioned for like advice, and now she has a sign that just says "No solicitors." Most people respect it, but Knife Wolf let the power go to his head, so he's
like, I need more information on this gem. She goes, oh, I've seen how this goes. He's like, I don't care. Just tell me.
You have that? Oh, wow.
Oh, is this time? Is this time again?
I guess we're here.
Yeah. What is the information that Nemesis is going to get? That somehow that Superion was the only.
I think you should. Some things are meant to be places.
It's like Superion was never born; he was made. Specifically.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
That's not bad. Yeah, Superion was like put in place to control this thing.
Yeah.
well, why don't we just destroy it? Doesn't always work like that.
That's just not how this works.
That's just not how this works.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's best just, you build a giant concrete dome over that radioactive wasteland and you don't touch it.
Knife Wolf.
Sometimes you carve out a span of time and you don't touch it.
Yeah. And Knife Wolf's there.
Knife Wolf is there.
Yeah.
Did he come looking for Eldritch after the gem started overreacting to him? Like he's like in the corner or something, kind of like not looking too
Either that
great.
or Nemesis brings him being like, look, there's only one person who knows what we can do about this.
Yeah, actually, and then that is kind of like Nemesis's turn, where he decides not to kill Knife Wolf. He's like, all right, let's go talk to someone.
And that makes Nemesis, in essence, the last hero.
Yeah, I think
when
we did it.
People think it's Superion, and then they think it's Knife Wolf, but in all actuality, it was Nemesis to begin with.
Yeah. All right.
I'm liking this the later scene with Eldritch more.
When everybody kind of gets together towards the end.
Yeah, so like Wolf is kind of fighting it, being like, no, that's not how it has to go. And she's like, no, it kind of is how it has to go. And he's like, I can master this thing.
It's how it's gone.
Yeah,
it's how it's going to go.
And they're like, it
is how it is going.
And it's like, there's one person that could have made it possible for you to have this. Netstar. But Netstar died way back then.
Mm-hmm.
So
why can't we go back and tell Netstar? Listen, I can't give you any better reason than you can't.
You just can't.
It's already happened.
If it happens, it has to happen.
But the gem's here. It's not going to be very long.
It's not here now. It's here now, but it won't be here now. Yeah, I think all that's great.
You need to unwrap your brain around this idea.
Yeah, and this kind of solves like our wanting to do a looping story or time loop thing anyway.
We'll do that sometime whenever someone thinks that's a cool idea again.
I gotta have better ideas, I guess.
Yeah.
But I am liking this thing.
And then I guess that solves. We don't end with a big dumb superhero fight because at that point, Knife Wolf is convinced to give the gem up.
Yeah. Because
the big fight is that attack on Knife Wolf and the escape from Red Empress's compound, and that's the big kind of like climactic fight scene.
Yeah, or the big fight scene is actually just the shape killing everybody,
and they have to go back. They have to go back in time, and the actual last scene is them kind of like doing that "We Were Here All Along" Back to the Future 2 thing, where they're going through the shapes invasion and they're trying to avoid themselves.
Yeah, we're gonna Harry Potter it.
Yeah,
it's like they were always there,
but they would have to take the eye gem back before the shape. It would have to be when Superion gets it.
Oh, true.
Yeah, which we could do,
unless there's this weird thing where like Superion calls onto the eye, and that's when he gets the eye. And it turns out that this was the time that you know what I mean, like a weird thing like that.
What if they give the eye to Betsy Eldritch and she's just like, I'll take care of this? And we don't necessarily see it. We just get the implication that she's taking it back. No, I like the idea that...
No, I like the idea of this.
Yeah. What if at Superion's funeral, they're like, and after his eye was replaced, or not, I don't know, they make reference to somehow the gem being put in, like, you know, and in a freak accident, we replaced his eye with a gem, and then we show Reverse Revolver just like firing it at a wall, and it just kind of, they're like, did it work? And then we cut to young Superion playing at the watering hole.
And he shot with the gem.
He trips into the water, like seemingly out of nowhere, and then he gets up and he's like, and he opens it up and it's just like sparkling.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I love all that. That's great.
Maybe he gets knocked into the water and he floats just above the... Or
is it like the place that they built him?
Could be that.
And people are like, why did you build him?
We see a younger Betsy Eldritch like pocket it and then take like a tray of food into a room that says whatever Superion's actually.
Well, I almost like that she would know why Superion was built before people know why he was built. And then that thing getting the gem shot into him, people are like, wait, his levels have balanced. It turns out he needed this gem the whole time. And then
it's like his limiter.
Yeah. It's like Cyclops' band on his eyes. It slows it down or makes it work. All right, that's great.
Yeah.
Wow, and then we're gonna work that scene.
Yeah. What are we feeling this? What are we feeling the medium?
I mean, I would love to see this.
Yeah.
But I think it's a cartoon.
That's fine.
I think that feels the coolest. And I think I don't want to do like a season.
No.
But I don't know if a movie can hold this.
Limited series.
So I think like maybe a 2-parter.
Sure.
I like a 2-parter. Yeah. But what's the middle part? Which I guess would
Middle part is the supervillains stop fighting.
Or the supervillains team up.
Yeah.
And then
It's when they get together, but they're all side-eyeing each other.
Then the second half picks up with them. I knew this is a bad idea to begin with.
Potentially, yeah. Or at least amping up to that.
All right,
cool.
Nice.
We are at 129.40.
Cool.
Look at that.
Well, thank you guys very much for listening and paying attention or tuning in and not even like listening to us, but looking at us kind of say the word a couple times. But we have been Some Nobodies. My name is Zach.
I'm Dylan.
And this is Talking Upstream, which is our show where we try to fill this board up and get ourselves a job on some streaming service just by talking. So once again, we want to throw a big thank you to IBM TV. We love everything that you guys do and the fact that you let us do stuff too.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Who do you want to thank?
I want to thank Scott Curtis.
Absolutely. Scott Curtis is big. If you want some fun stuff, go to Behind the Bits
Behind
podcast.
the Bits is a good time. I want to thank Tanya Sheck.
Yeah. I want to throw a big shout out to Sarah Tukachik.
And Podroom and Listener app.
Yeah. And if you're wondering why we're thanking these people, it's because we're trying to do some other bigger stuff. So we do have a Patreon going on. So go to patreon.com/Some Nobodies and you can help out and be a nobody with us and really push what we're doing.
You'll get your name and a part of the credits when we produce this.
Yeah. And if you want to get interviewed in the beginning of the show, go ahead and reach out to me at Zack@SomeNobodies.com.
Yeah.
Other than that, we'll see you next week, guys. Thank you very much.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Thank you.